In this video, we are going to demonstrate how to install the Plan4res software. Plan4res can be installed both on Windows or Linux, but for installing on Windows, it requires to install a system that allows to emulate a Linux system. There are then two options. The first one, which is highly recommended, is to use WSL, Windows System subsystem for Linux. And the second one, if you cannot use WSL, is to use Vagrant and VirtualBox. Although this is not recommended as it makes everything extremely slow. For installing WSL, you can refer to the WSL website or learn.microsoft. You can install it on a Windows 10 or higher with the PowerShell that you should have. And the installation is pretty simple. Once you have installed it, you just have to open a Linux terminal in WSL and then follow the Plan4res Linux installation. For Vagrant, it's possible to install it on Windows 7 or higher, but you must ensure that your CPU supports hardware virtualization. You will have to install Git for Windows, VirtualBox and the extension pack, and Vagrant. Once this is done, you open Git Bash, and then you follow the Linux installation procedure also. For installing Linux, for installing Plan4res, sorry, you can install it on any directory, but you must ensure that you have enough space, at least 3 GB. It can be installed on a server or on a shared directory, and then you will be able to configure users' specific directories so that they can use the unique installation that is made on a shared directory or a server. Plan4res can be used with different solvers for solving the mixed integer linear problems. It can be Heis, Skip, Gurobi, or Cplex. If you want to use Gurobi or Cplex, you need to first retrieve the Gurobi or Cplex installer, and for Gurobi also the Gurobi license file. Be careful, you will need the Linux installers even if you are installing on WSL or Vagrant. And you need to place those files, so the installer and the Gurobi license for Gurobi, in the directory that you have made. Once this is done, you will have to download the Plan4res installation script, which is available on the Plan4res GitHub, and then to run it, and just wait. So now I will show you how I install it. So this is a Linux system. I am here in a shared repository called Plan4res, and I'm going to install in a directory called P4Demo. So the first thing is to clone the Plan4res installation repo. So this is done. Now I have to move the installation scripts here and make them executable. Now, if I want to install, for instance, with Cplex, I have to copy my Cplex installer, which is here. If I wanted to install with Gurobi, I would copy my Gurobi installer and Gurobi license here. And if I do not have a commercial solver, it will be installed with Skip. And now let's start the install. So I want to install with Cplex. the installer file is this one. So this is the command that I will type, and let's see the installation. So here it's going to be pretty quick for the beginning because most of it was already installed. And so this is it. So let's see what we have now. So we have a documentation repo where there is mainly two PDF documents, one which describes the models and one which is the user manual. We also have created a data directory, which is where the data should be stored, which is here you have a toy dataset, which is an example of dataset you can use as a template. So now the last step is for those who wish to use Plan4res with a different repository for storing the data. So here I have gone to another repo. I will create P4A data, move to it, and then I will copy the user init. This user init plan4res.sh, which I have retrieved from the install repo. I copy it here and I only have to run it with option -D to tell where the software is installed and -S to tell which solver I'm using. And so this will initialize some settings for Cplex in an example of configuration file. It will check that the solver is installed in that repository, which I have feed the script. Then it will define or update some environment variables. And finally, it will download an example of a dataset.